The Celadon Green Jade is the most classic shade of jade there is, even more classic than that of the apple green jade or the imperial green jade. And in this video, we are going to be showcasing it as well as its origin. Hello there and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Eileen, and today I'm going to be showcasing the Celadon Green Jade, which is actually even more classic than the apple green jade or the imperial green jade. So I've actually almost forgotten about this, and when I acquired this pendant recently, it jogged my memory, because this is the type of jade that you would see on your grandmother, and it is the most classic shade of jade there is. It was at the height of its popularity from the 1950s to the 1970s, and people almost forgot about it, including myself, guilty, because in the modern era, the apple green jade and the imperial green jade is being promoted so strenuously that it has faded into the background. So whenever you come across it, it's very, very rare, and not many people know how to appreciate it. To put it very, very simply, this is the quiet luxury of the jade world. So it is extremely, extremely quiet, and most people might mistake it even for the mutton fat jade, which I was also guilty of. When I saw this online, I was 100% sure that was mutton fat jade, and that the seller is wrong because she described it as being light green in color, and you would never believe where I got it from. I ordered this actually from the Ukraine, and I'm really glad to be able to help the seller because I had no idea that they were still at war. And I have been looking out for this sort of a jade piece for such a long time, but it's always been beyond my price point, and I almost gave up on it. And when I saw it online, I immediately ordered it. It was within my price point, and this is one instance where the jade gods must have been smiling down on me, because if you have honed your skill and your eye to be able to spot a good quality piece of jade, this is one instance where you can come across it and you will be rewarded for your years of patience. So a lot of people who write to me to say that, Eileen, you know, I would love to start collecting jade. It's just that it is quite a costly investment, and I am one fine example of it, where I always say on my channel that I'm a single income girl, so I have to be very, very careful. And as I mentioned, this sort of a jade has always been beyond my price point, and this is one instance where I'm very lucky to have come across it. And also, why it is called the Celadon Green Jade is the fact that it represents and resembles the color of the Celadon green porcelain, of which I have two examples of it. One is from the Korean dynasty, the Joseon dynasty, and which is reproduced today, and it is in the same exact Celadon green color. And the other one obviously is from the Song dynasty. They are the ones who pioneered this look, which is also called the Long Chuan wear. So it is in a very soft color, in a green color, and jade collectors, antique dealers argue that the Song dynasty is one of the most prolific and one of the most important dynasties, where the porcelain making was at the height of its power, where they were able to produce so much more of a sophisticated sort of a ceramics, which was later redefined and refined during the Qing dynasty as well as the Ming dynasty. So this is in that shade of green, and that is exactly why it's called Celadon Green Jade. And at first it may seem lackluster, because you really have to look at it in real life to appreciate it, because I am an avid fan of epic and period dramas. I love to look at the sumptuous costumes and the fabulous jewelry that the actresses and actors are wearing, especially when they're wearing jade. So in this epic Qin drama, you can see that the Empress Dowager is wearing a pair of a Celadon green piece of jade, And I was thinking, why did she choose to wear it? Because it looks lackluster as compared to all her other fabulous pieces of jade jewelry, which is in the apple green or the imperial green or even the mutton fat. However, when I received this piece of pendant, and I was 100% sure that it was mutton fat jade, and when I received it, I realized, and it jogged my memory, that there is this existence of the Celadon Green Jade, which I've totally forgotten about. And people always mistake it for mutton fat jade, because truthfully speaking, if you place it side by side, there's only a few shades of a difference to it, and the only way that you can distinguish it is in that light tinge of green color, which is in such a soft, delicate, and very elegant color. So it is exactly the same with jade connoisseurs and jade collectors. When they see this, they will definitely think that and know that this is such a distinctive and such an important piece to add to their collection, just because it's extremely rare, as I mentioned. And this piece of pendant definitely is from the 1950s era, which the seller told me. So if you look at it, it is in a Celadon Green Jade color. The color is uniform throughout. There is a translucency. This is definitely under the nephrite category. The two most important and most outstanding pieces of nephrite jade is the mutton fat jade as well as this Celadon Green Jade. You can see the etchings of it are so delicate, and as well as the scalloped edges. This definitely distinguishes the craftsman to be a master in his height and of such a fine hand to be able to create this creation. And when you turn it around and look at it, if you see the pin, the brooch pin is jutting out, that places it between 1930s to 1950s. However, because of the way that the plating is done, the surround plating as well as the raised platform, I would definitely place this pendant in the 1950s era. Who wore it? How did it end up in the Ukraine? I'm definitely sure that it was either made in Hong Kong or in China. I have no idea, and it made all the way its journey to Borneo now to me, and it is one of the most beautiful pieces of jade I've ever seen. The jade always continues to fascinate me as it teaches me so many things and it showcases so many different facets of it. After I purchased this, I went to the antique store, not the one that I usually purchase furniture from, the actual antique store that sells ceramics from the Qing and Ming dynasty. And I always regret to this day that there was one time I found a jade buckle in a Celadon Green Jade color, and I let go of it because I didn't have enough money at that point in time. And when I went back to get it, it was gone. So this time around, when I went to see what other goodies there are, I came across this bangle. And in the shop, I thought it was a mutton fat jade. However, when I brought it back home, I realized that it was a Celadon Green Jade. So what better timing can there be? It was like it's destined to be worn together, these two fabulous pieces of jade. So this one, it has an open work or lattice work on it, and it is on both interfacing walls of the bangle. So, and the interfacing walls are filled with lattice work, the most fabulous lattice work I've ever seen. I've never seen this sort of a lattice work or open work done in modern bangles. Usually it's just one wall of lattice work. This is on interfacing walls, interlocking, and it is surrounded by a thick slab of the jade on the top and bottom of the perimeter of the bangle. If you look at it, it's actually way too big for me. There's almost 2 inches of space in between. However, it is such a fabulous piece, and even the antique dealer, because he knows me, he said that you would be a fool to let it go. I just got it, and when I got home, I realized, oh, I can actually wear it like this way up on my almost near to my elbow. I hope that you would have fun looking out for it in your part of the world. I think it's really, really beautiful because, as I mentioned, when you look at it in pictures or in movies, it seems lackluster, but this is the sort of jewelry like sometimes you buy a piece of jewelry where you are extremely attracted to it, and over time you get sick of looking at it. However, this is the other way around. This is the type of jewelry that when you first receive it, you feel, oh, Okay, is that all there is to it? But the more you look at it, the more you fall in love with it, and the more you appreciate its beauty. This is that sort of a jewelry. If you enjoyed watching this video, do consider subscribing to my channel. Please give me a like, share, and also if you would like to know more about jade, like how to tell between a genuine and a fake jade and how to care for it and the different types of jade there are, I've done other videos. You can look through the playlist at your leisure, and I'll see you again in my next video. Goodbye.